Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So, in today's video, we're going to be doing the collective weekly read for the week of January 11th through 17th of 2026. So, we're going to be looking at what this week has coming up for everybody. So, let's go ahead and get started and looking at this week. So, coming up to the middle of January, and I just want to let everybody know that I will be putting out the mid-month readings in the next, like next week around. I always try to put them out around the 15th, and they cover from like the middle of the month to the end of the month. And it's just kind of an energetic check-in reading for that middle of the month. So those are coming up. I do want to thank everybody for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button so that you get future videos I put out. I do appreciate all my existing and new subscribers. And also, please hit that like button because this will go out to more people if you do that. It also helps the channel to grow and get the information out to more people that need to see it, because you're always like drawn to a reading when when you're meant to see it. So if you're drawn to a video, then that means there's something in there that you need to hear. So, and also, please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. There'll be a lot of people watching this, so everyone's situation's different. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. So let's see what's going on. So what is the energy of the collective for the week of January 11th through 17th, 2026? What is the energy for the collective this upcoming week? Okay, let's see what's going on. All right. All right, we got the High Priestess, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. We've got the Six of Swords, the Two of Wands, and we've got the Six of Wands. So lots of interesting cards here today. So coming into this week of January 11th, we've been doing pretty good with ourselves, like, working on our abundance, being in an abundant place, and taking care of ourselves, looking out for ourselves, taking care of ourselves. And I feel like this abundance goes more than just financial. Um, okay, I'm seeing somebody running on a treadmill, and I'm hearing taking care of our health, because, abundance is more than just physical wealth. It can be like your health, it could be abundance and love in your relationships. So it can be a lot of different things. So I'm seeing somebody running, and it's like, taking care of your health. And that kind of goes in alignment with where we are right now, because a lot of times, in January, people start new exercise routines or they start changing things up. So I feel like there's definitely abundance in trying to make ourselves healthier and trying to take care of ourselves health wise as well, and as well as financial. But if you see, she's sitting on this throne, the Queen of Pentacles, and she's got a little pentacle here, and she's kind of nurturing it. So she's working on it. It's not a King of Pentacles, so she still has work to do, but she's working on it. And I'm still seeing that person running. So it's like, taking care of your health. And it could be also, taking care of relationships, working on relationships to make them healthy, more healthy, making them better. But there's definitely working on abundance. And we've been doing that, probably through maybe in the last couple weeks, coming into this week, we've been working on this, but it might be even longer for some of us where we've started working on it, like maybe like a month or two before. But that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been working up to, doing up to this week in our past position. But we are currently in the High Priestess. This is us. And this is, I know for me that this has been very true. And you might have been noticing this too. Like, I have been very much in High Priestess energy lately, just a lot of things going on with my intuition getting sharpened and things I've noticed that way. And so I feel like as a collective, we're in this, we're in this kind of like our intuition's getting sharpened. We're our vibrations rising. We're getting more in tuned with our higher self. So we're getting more and more into that high priestess energy. And I'm hearing particles, protons, and I'm seeing like the planet Earth, and like these particles are coming like from the sun, and they're designed to help us our vibration, like that what we're getting hit with all these particles and these like particle storms and stuff, solar storms. It's to help raise our vibration. And as that's happening, more and more people, their intuition's going up and their psychic abilities are going up and they're having more experiences with that. But yeah, I'm just seeing like a bunch of particles and like plasma waves hitting the planet. So it's all done by design. And I talked about this in the Three Eye Atlas readings I did a couple weeks ago, where, they're basically helping humanity by helping the sun to be able to pass those like codes on to us, those particles, and also from their ship as well. Um, stuff coming out that's helping us to raise our vibration. So I feel like it's kind of going into, we're working on our abundance, but while we're doing that, our intuition's getting sharpened and we're getting higher up and getting more in touch with our higher self. I keep hearing, getting more in touch with our higher self and, excuse me, learning to follow our intuition, which is a big deal because you think about it, a lot of people, I wasn't taught to follow my intuition as a child. I didn't even know what intuition was until I was, much older. So it's interesting, like, people who probably never heard the word or never have been taught how to tap into it or how to use it, people are starting to figure out on their own, that they need to listen to their intuition. And I think it's because of, those particles and light codes and everything that's going on with that's helping humanity to get to that point. So we're in this situation of we're in the Queen of Pentacles in the past with our abundance, but we're like getting more and more passionate about what we want, more passionate. And I'm hearing about ideas and concepts. So it's like there's this big rush in our situation. And this is current energy I'm talking about right now. This is a big rush in our current situation about wanting to bring concepts we're passionate about into reality, wanting to make positive changes and kind of be a king about it, like just take it over in a positive way and make positive changes. But I feel like we're passionate about those changes. So it could be like information, and I'm just going to say on a global scale as an example, like information coming out about corruption and things that have been going on behind the scenes that we hadn't known about. It's now coming to light. So now we're like, we want to take the reins, so to speak, and fix it and uncorrupt it, get rid of the corruption and change it and mold it into something else that's better for humanity. But it's like we're passionate to make this change. Like we're tired of, the way things are. So we're stepping up as a king of wands and taking charge in a positive way to make these changes. And we're passionate about that. And, it's funny because I've been saying that, that 26 is going to be a year of disclosure. I've been saying that for quite some time. And it's like, so far, that seems to be coming true. So I feel like, it's coming to pass, but I feel like there's this passion of making things better, for humanity and for everybody involved. And kind of taking, like I said, taking the reins of it, taking it over and making it better. So this is what, this is all of us, this is the situation. Like we're tired of the way things used to be. We're tired of, that type of energy, that low vibrational energy being in charge and things happening lower vibrationally behind the scenes. And that's like, behind the scenes hurting humanity. So we're tired of that. And we're like, okay, well, we're going to do something about it in a positive way, make these changes that we need to make in a positive way. So there is information that we don't know about that hasn't come to light yet. And I feel like that's going to it's going to be kind of like trickling out all year is what I'm hearing. It's like, certain information has to come out first and be like consciously digested by the population. And then something else will come out after. It's like they can't just throw all this out at us at one time. It's like it has to trickle out because people have to be able to wrap their head around it and be able to come to terms with it. So it's like baby steps, and as these particles and plasma waves and solar and stuff happening from S3I Atlas is coming out, it's helping us to get this type of energetic. We want to make a positive change on Earth. We want a difference, but also, it's going to help bring out the stuff that's been hidden. So this is all our current energy right here. That's for the collective. That's all our current energy. So I see a continuation of information coming out that we don't know about. And some of it's going to be very distressing for humanity. It's not going to be happy times to hear this and have this information come out, but it's like it's something we need to do. So, and then in the near future, we're leaving the stuff, the dark side stuff, the low vibrational stuff, we're leaving that all behind. And we're going into calmer waters. And we're going to be able, like I was saying earlier, we're going to be able to kind of rebuild it with this passionate that we have within us to rebuild it. See, okay, so now I'm hearing I'm hearing that humanity had to tap into their passion for the change to happen. We had to get to a point where we were so fed up, where we were so passionate for change that we were willing to step up and make it happen. Because before humanity was sleeping, they were like complacent. They were like, oblivious to what was going on. But so it had to get to a point, we had to get woken up to a point where we're willing to take charge and make things better and have that passion within us for that to happen, for the goodness of all humanity. But we are leaving the stuff behind that's not positive, like all that's going behind. That lower vibrational dark side stuff's it's leaving. Because where we're going as a planet with this higher dimensional energy coming in and us rising up, they can't exist in that. So all of that stuff that's been going on, that negative stuff, dark side stuff, that's all going away. And the advice cards I got was, we're looking at our options on how we want to move forward. And what's interesting is if you look at this picture, he's got a little earth in his hands right there. So So we're thinking about like, where do we want the earth to be? How do we want the earth to be in the future so that we can build it with this passion that we're feeling, or rebuild it into what which is better, rebuild it into the betterment of humanity with that passion that we're feeling within us ourselves. And it's like, but we're looking at our options. Like, how do we do that? How do we want to change things? And we're making decisions on that, but we are going to be victorious. We are going to be able to make massive positive changes happen. And the negative things that we have been, dealing with for centuries is going to be that lower vibrational dark side stuff is going to be going away. And we are going to be victorious as humanity. So now I'm hearing go back and say it in a personal level. So that was more of a galactic, global type look at it. A global collective reading part. But when I look at it from a personal viewpoint, going back to the beginning, I'm going to take it from a personal view at this point, real quick, is that you are, you're working on your abundance. You're trying to be more healthy. You're trying to be more conscious about your health. You're trying to be abundant in all forms of your life, your relationships, kind of everything. And you're working on that coming into the week. But I feel like on a personal level, you're getting, I'm hearing downloads, you're getting dreams, like your psychic abilities are coming online. And it does go back. And like, remember, I was talking about the particles and all that plasma? Well, that's trickling down to us individually. So on an individual level, like earlier, I was talking about, globally, everybody, is kind of rising up, right? But but that includes us on a personal level. So you might be having some sharpened intuition, you might be getting synchronicities and things happening that's, it's like your intuition's coming more and more online. It's getting more and more sharpened. Now, on a personal level, this could be you, of course, being passionate and in that King of Wands energy. But on the personal level, looking at these cards, I feel like this is more of you're working with somebody that's in a King of Wands energy. So it could be somebody like with a fire sign, um, sun sign. They could be a fire sign. But I feel like you're working with somebody, like you have or you're dealing with somebody that's in a King of Wands energy, working with them. And I feel okay. I'm hearing that they're helping you. So it's kind of like you're in a partnership with this person and they're helping you in some way, is what I'm hearing. Because there's information that you don't know about that's being hidden from you, that's being kept from you. And this person that's working with you, I feel like they're helping that information to come out. But they're very like confident, mature, intelligent, and they're very like calm and wise is what I'm hearing. And they're helping you deal with this missing information or helping the information to come out. And I feel like once that information comes out in the near future, you're going to be able to leave something behind. It's like this information being withheld is kind of holding you back. But this person's helping it to come out. And as it comes out, you're going to be able to move forward into, less choppy water, so to speak, into a better situation and leave the rough stuff behind in the so this is in the near future. So that hasn't happened yet, but it's coming. So right now you're getting your intuition sharpened, and it could very well be, okay, I'm hearing it could very well be that your intuition has sharpened enough to the point where you realize there's stuff missing. Like intuitively, there's information missing or facts missing or something missing that you need to know about, and this person's helping you. So maybe, I mean, it could be just saying if it's a relationship, maybe it's like you're working with this is a lawyer that you're working with, and he's helping you to find out information that's missing that you intuitively know is there. Like it's like down deep inside, something's going on or something's missing, but you don't have the information because it's being withheld. But it could be very well be, and not just that, just, could very well be a lawyer or somebody that's helping you find that information. And once you find it, you're able to leave a situation behind that's been chaotic and choppy. And I'm hearing it hasn't been healthy for you. It's been, it's been very hard and difficult and challenging, and you're leaving that behind in the near future. And you're looking at your options of what you want to do moving forward, how you want to handle this moving forward as you leave it behind. But you are going to be victorious in whatever it is. You are going to be able to leave it behind. You are going to be victorious. You are going to find out whatever that missing information is. And this person is going to, be able to help you with that. Yeah. Interesting. But you are, because you're still kind of like, figuring out what you want to do, looking at your options. But I think this is more of like when after you get out of that situation, you're looking at your options about how do I rebuild? How do I move forward in a positive way? That's what you're looking at. And then it's going to be victorious. You're going to be victorious with it. So that's what I have for the collective. So in the beginning of the reading, I covered it from a global perspective. But just the last couple minutes have been more on a personal level, how that could be transferring down to someone on a personal level just by looking at these cards. But that's what I have for us as a collective for the week of January 11th through 17th. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.